Imagine you have just been handed a shiny new toy fire truck. Fun, I know, right? Take a few seconds to imagine how you can make it epic. How could you make it better? Having troubles? Unfortunately, you are not alone in drawing a proverbial blank. As a culture, America's ability to think and problem solve creatively is on a decline. As Newsweek of July 10, 2010 explains, the United States is spiraling downward into a creativity crisis, and as a country whose vitality was founded by creative minds, such as Booker T. Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and Thomas Edison, the future of a less creative United States looks inevitable. As we paint out the problem, carve the causes, and sketch up some solutions, we can ignite the spark that will set the creativity of people aglow once again, because as Apple Computer's CEO Steve Jobs said, innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Have you thought of any improvements yet? What about an extendable ladder or a retractable fire hose? Sadly, our nation's creativity is more like the hose than the ladder. According to the article, The Creativity Crisis, from Newsweek, written by Poe Bronson and Ashley Merriman on July 10, 2010, the Cultural Intelligence Quotient and Intelligence Quotient, or CQ and IQ test scores, were both steadily rising. That is, until 1990. Kyung-Hee Kim, a professor of psychology at the College of William and Mary, analyzed more than 300,000 results of these tests. After the analysis of the scores, Kim discovered that the CQ scores, unlike the IQ scores, which had been consistently rising, had been steadily sliding downward since 1990. According to Kim, it's very clear, and the decrease is very significant. The most serious and significant decline in the scores was in children, from kindergarten to 6th grade. If this decrease is starting to show in our younger and younger generations, what does that entail for our nation's future? Creativity is necessary for solving problems. If the future's people lack this creativity, the evolving and presently inexistent problems that face our nation will not be able to be efficiently solved. Along with this, the United States used to be one of the leading nations in the world, educationally, financially, and opportunistically. Now, according to the article, International Education Rankings suggest reform can lift U.S., written by the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Education on December 8, 2010. The United States, which used to be ranked first in proportion of young people with college degrees, has fallen to 9th in just a generation. This fact, along with many others, shows that the United States is losing its global edge. According to my own survey, created on SurveyMonkey.com, a staggering 66% of the respondents felt the creativity of the nation was not satisfactory. We are no longer the leading country in education and creativity. We have been easily surpassed by many other nations, according to Daniel Pink's book, A Whole New Mind from 2006. If this trend continues, the U.S. will not only continue to lose its rankings and prestige, but our country will also lose much of its power. Creativity is the backbone of what society needs, and the decline of it needs to be stopped. How are the improvements on that fire truck coming? Any good ideas? What about some spring-loaded wheels or a quick push-to-start engine? These changes may seem fairly small and simple, and creativity is the same way. Everyone is born with it, but not everyone knows how to bring it to life. Could our nation's education system be at fault? Jonathan Plucker, a professor of education psychology at Indiana University, took the time in early 2010 to tour many schools in Shanghai and Beijing. According to the aforementioned article, The Creativity Crisis, Plucker met with members of the staff from a major Chinese university. He explained the trends of American education, such as standardized curriculum, rote memorization, and nationalized testing. Plucker said, "After my answer was translated, they just started laughing out loud. They said, 'You're racing towards our old model, but we're racing towards your old model as fast as we can.'" In recent years, China has become much more focused on enhancing creativity in its students. Could this be the reason why Chinese students, and for that matter, students from many other countries, have been scoring so much higher nationally than American students? Education, however, cannot be the only suspect with this crisis. Technology is also thought of as a major culprit. According to a survey done from CTIA and Harris Interactive in 2008, it found that 4 out of 5, or 17 million teenagers, carried a wireless device. While technology is very useful and almost necessary in today's society, like anything, too much of a good thing is not a good thing. As Mark Bauerlein illustrates in his book, The Dumbest Generation, from 2008, the ever so accessible technological opportunities in today's world are stifling our creative minds. Instead of going outside and doing something active or reading a book, kids and adults turn to computers and cell phones for entertainment. These things often do not challenge your mind to think abstractly or divergently, therefore inhibiting your brain's opportunity at sharpening your thinking and problem-solving skills. If we can bring our focus back to creativity, we may still be able to set up a better future for ourselves. Any final adjustments you wish to make to that fire truck? What about making the entire thing out of completely non-melting materials? While that may solve the problem for damage done to the fire truck in action, what can we do to solve the problem of the creativity crisis? If we can focus more on the creative potential of our students, instead of the standardized memorization methods, our students will be able to thrive much more, not only in school, but throughout their entire lives. For example, the National Inventors Hall of Fame School in Akron, Ohio, is making giant leaps and bounds toward enhancing creativity in its students. According to Ashley Merriman in the aforementioned article of the Creativity Crisis, this school is on the right track. This school's reformed curriculum is spending 3/4 of each day in project-based learning has shown its incredible effectiveness in the skyrocketing state achievement test scores in its students, keeping in mind of this public middle school's open enrollment by lottery, and 42% of its students live in poverty. If we can begin to more successfully educate our children now, this will only mean more success for our society as a whole. Also, there are many everyday strategies we can take part in order to foster and preserve our own creativity. According to an interview from Britannica done with Professor Kyung-Hee Kim, there are 13 simple ways you can do just that. For example, focus on ideas. If a child wants to draw a purple penguin, by all means, let them do it. Also, be more playful. People often focus too much on being mature and taking a direct approach to situations. Let loose for a little while. Encourage playfully engaging activities and even silly approaches to them. Children and adults should be encouraged to think outside the box and challenged to come up with new solutions to problems. Take, for example, Lady Gaga and Katy Perry. These women are creative pioneers, and they portray that uninhibitedly through their style of music. If more is done to encourage the expression of everyone's creativity, it won't make us a society of weirdos. It will make us a united society of strong thinkers and individuals. Makeup artist Mandy Morrison once said, "Being creative makes you a weird little beast, because everything is so bloody interesting for some strange reason." Today, we sculpted the problem, built up some causes, and molded some solutions toward our creativity crisis. Creativity, a necessity for the future of our nation, is on the downward slide. If awareness of this crisis is raised, and more is done to encourage the expression of everyone's creativity, our future is still a bright one. Now, back to that fire truck. Let your mind take the wheel.